Hey guys, I'm Kevin and welcome. Today we're going to talk about 3 common chord progressions to play on our little baritones here. So we're going to learn about the key of G, the chords that live within that key, and how to put together numerical chord progressions. These are common chord sequences that you see in all sorts of different types of songs. So they're going to prepare you for playing lots of music in your future. So get yourself tuned up and let's dive in. All right, we're going to start off here by learning the major scale in the key of G. And the reason we're doing that is because all of the chords in the key of G, which is perfect for baritone, are derived from the major scale. So the major scale starts here with our open G string. Our second note is on the 2nd fret, and that's A. And then we have B open, C on the 1st fret, D on the 3rd fret. We have our open E string, F sharp on the 2nd fret, and then we finish off here with G. So if I name those in order by numbers, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 notes in the major scale. Well, there's 8 notes in the major scale, but 2 of them are the same, G and G. So there are 7 chords that we can get out of the key. So our first chord goes along with our first note of the major scale, which is G, and that gives us a G major chord. Our second note of the major scale is A, that gives us an A minor chord. Our third note is B, which gives us a B minor chord. Could be played like this as well. Our fourth note is C, which goes along with our C chord. Fifth is D, goes with our D chord. Our 6th is E minor, it goes along with that E note. And then our 7th is F sharp, which turns into F sharp diminished. And then we have back to G. So those are the only chords to worry about in the key of G for now. So now we're going to take those chords with those numerical assignments and turn them into chord progressions. The first chord progression we'll check out, and probably one of the most common chord progressions, is the 1-4-5. So that means I'm taking the 1st, the 4th, and the 5th chord of the key and using them to create a chord progression. Now the cool thing about this is, even if you're in a different key, you can always use that same numerical formula to create chord progressions. It'll sound very similar in the movement, but you'll have entirely different chords. So in the key of G, the 1 chord we know is G. The 4 chord is C, and these are all major, and our 5 chord is D, or it could be played as a D7 chord for a little more tension, and then we go back to our G. So the chord progression we'll work on here is 1-4-5, and we're going to use a simple strumming pattern called the island strum, which will play down, down, up, up, down, up, and that equals 1 time. So we'll play the chord progression 1 time on G, 1 time on C, and 2 times on D. So we'll go nice and slow here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, G, C, D, D, G, C, D. You're doing great. Keep it going. Let's do it again. Here we go. G, C. You've definitely heard this before in a song. It happens all the time. Last time. G, C, D. So the cool thing about using 1-4-5, you on your own could interchange those chords in different orders, different number of strumming times on each one of the chords, different strumming patterns. You could make it sound totally different. You could finger pick it, but just knowing that cool chord sequence, that very common sequence, is going to open up a whole lot of different avenues for you on the baritone. So let's now move on to chord progression number 2. Hey, while I have you here, I just wanted to quickly mention that I do offer private lessons, so if you enjoy my teaching style and you like the content of these lessons, I can offer you a personalized lesson based on your skill level and the things that you want to work on, whether that be songs or strumming or finger picking. Lots of different options for you out there, so take a look at the link in the description. Let's get back to work. So our second numerical sequence here is going to be 1, which is G, 5, which is D, 6, E minor, and 4, C. Now a little change here, what we're going to do is every other time we play through the progression, we're going to play D, and the second time we're going to play D7. And you can listen to the different tension that that creates as you move through the chord progression. So we'll do each chord one time. We're going to keep with the island strum for this as well. I'll give us a 4 count in. As you're changing chords here, I want to mention, try to keep your fingers in very close proximity. Make these really small movements as you're moving through the chords. That's going to help you. If you find your fingers are lifting off the neck quite a bit, really try to check that as you're playing. And if I'm going too fast for you in these play-alongs, take a pause in the video and slow down and just work through the chord sequence quickly and then join back in with me. So here we go with a 4 count in. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, again. G, D, E minor, C. I think this is the wagon wheel chord progression. Now we're going to the D7, E minor. All right, let's do it one more time just for fun. G, D, E minor, C. Keep your eyes on your fingers. G, D7, E minor, C, and we end on G. If you're digging the sound of my uke, head over to AllForUke.com/shop. You can have a Kala ukulele for yourself. When you buy your Kala ukulele through AllForUke, you're supporting us, and we really appreciate it. Make sure you check it out. Concerts, sopranos, tenors, baritones, a wide selection of accessories, capos, and more. All for you, AllForUke.com/shop. So for our third chord progression here, we're going to double the length of the numerical sequence. So this sequence is 1, which is G, 5, which is D, 6, E minor, 3, which is B minor. We haven't used that one yet. And then we're going to go 4, which is C, 1, it's back to G, 4 again. It's a little turnaround, and then back to the D. So the chord sequence again is G, D, E minor, B minor, C, G, C, D. We'll keep with the island strum again, one time per chord. I'll give us a count in. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, B minor, C, G, C, D. Let's do it again. G, D, E minor, B minor, C, G, C, D. Last time. Make it your best. Really watch those fingers. Keep them close to the fretboard. C, G, turning around. C, D, and it wants to go back to the G. So we've used the same strumming pattern for each of these numerical sequences, so I thought it'd be interesting to take a different strumming pattern and a different time signature so you can hear what this last chord progression sounds like when we play it with a different strumming pattern. So The little waltz strum that we have here is down, down, up, or 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and we accent that first down strum, 1, 2, and 3, and. So take a listen to hear what this chord progression sounds like now when I use the waltz strum versus the island strum. So let me play through it once for you here. Brings a totally different vibe to the same chord sequence, which is cool, which tells you that any type of strumming pattern that you'd like to use, whether it be percussive, a different time signature, you can really lean into these chord progressions and make a lot of different types of music with just the same numerical sequence. So let's try that for our last exercise here together. We're going to go 1 time per chord using the down, down, up strumming pattern. So here we go. With a 3 count in. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, G, D, E minor, B minor, C, G, C, D, 1 more, G, D, E minor, B minor, C, Well, thank you so much for learning with me today. I want to mention that I have a free PDF for this lesson where you can look at all these different chord progressions, and I'll give you some additional strumming patterns to work on with these numerical sequences. If you like this lesson, make sure you leave your comments below. If you have questions, let me know where you're playing. What type of baritone are you playing out there? Are you playing one of these pretty little callas? And if you like my content, jump over to AllForUke.com. I have a ton of lessons, play-alongs, jam tracks, all kinds of good learning resources for you. Thanks so much. My name's Kevin. I'll see you next time.
Meet me down by the seaside. We can howl at the moon rise. Watch as the tide strolls in.